Thanks, Marcy. Maybe that's why we make such a good team. Come here, you. Ow.
Alright, time for another video on the subject of shipping. This time around, we'll be discussing what are probably the two most popular ships in the Amphibia fandom, Anne and Sasha, as well as Anne and Marcy, otherwise known as Sashanne and Marcanne, respectively. For this video, I'll be sharing my thoughts on both of these ships, as well as determining the plausibility of each of them. First, let's start with Sashanne, and if I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too fond of this ship. As from the beginning of the series, it's been established that they had a toxic friendship, with Sasha being extremely controlling of Anne, manipulating and forcing her into doing things that she doesn't want to do.
But Anne, this isn't cute anymore. We are meeting up with Marcy right now. End of discussion.
And we see how this affects the otherwise kind-hearted and caring Anne, as she ends up believing that this is how friends are supposed to treat each other, as she initially treats Sprig the exact same way when the two of them first became friends.
Ugh, I thought you were trying to be my friend.
I am!
Well, this is what friends do, remember? They help each other get the things they want. And if a friend wants you to steal a crazy music box from a thrift store, even if you really don't want to, you do it, okay?
And of course, Anne's character arc of the first season was realizing what true friendship is, and thus she stands up to Sasha. However, Sasha isn't solely malicious, as evident from the season 1 finale reunion, particularly the moment where she sees the planters risking their lives to save Anne, which makes her realize that she had been an awful friend to her, even admitting to Anne that she doesn't deserve her, which confirms that deep down, she does genuinely care about her. And throughout the rest of the series up until now, there's been a lot more exploration of her character, where we see how much she genuinely cares about those she's friends with. However, this clashes with her need for power and control, which continues to push others away just like it did with Anne. Sasha's character arc in this series has been about learning how to be a true friend, as well as realizing how toxic her controlling attitude is, and that she shouldn't force what she wants onto others, even when her heart is in the right place.
I've seen their performance and it's aight, but nowhere near as good as it could have been with me in control. I just wanted all of us to succeed. I was just being a good friend.
But no matter how badly you want someone to succeed, you can't force it, because sometimes being a good friend just means being there for them when they need it the most.
And even after their fight in reunion, Anne didn't give up on her friendship with Sasha. However, here's the thing, even after Anne trusted her again, Sasha backstabbed her in the season 2 finale True Colors by taking the Calamity Box and attempting to take over Newtopia. And although Sasha genuinely wanted to patch up her friendship with Anne since reuniting with her back in the episode The Third Temple, from Anne's perspective, it appeared that she was just faking it the whole time as a part of her and Grimes' plan, which causes Anne to finally give up on her friendship with Sasha.
What do I say? After everything you've done? I say you're clearly insane if you think I'm gonna let you bully me and everyone else just to get what you want. No! I'm done listening to you. I'm done trusting you. You're a horrible person, and I am done being friends with you.
And although Sasha regrets betraying Anne and has made a vow to become a better person for her, you know what they say, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me. And unfortunately, this might be the case for Anne and Sasha, as between their toxic friendship in the past and Sasha's recent betrayal, it's gonna be difficult for Anne to fully trust her again. It's hard to imagine them fully restoring their friendship, let alone forming a romantic relationship with each other. Also, if there were any romantic feelings between them back when Sasha was a toxic and controlling friend to Anne, that would be pretty messed up. And even if that isn't the case, there wasn't much indication that they would have developed these feelings since their reunion in the Third Temple. So overall, I'm not a huge fan of the Sashanne ship. Okay, now it's time to talk about the ship between Anne and her other bestie, Marcy, otherwise known as Marcanne. And off the bat, I can confidently say that I prefer this ship over Sashanne. Ever since the two of them reunited in the episode Marcy at the Gates, there have been a lot more positive interactions between them, and we get to see more of their chemistry. The conflicts between them are initially at a small scale, such as in Marcy's debut episode, where Anne becomes overprotective of her due to how clumsy she is, along with the fact that she doesn't want to lose her again after finally getting her back.
Ugh, why wouldn't you just let me go? Because I just got you back, okay? And I don't want to lose you again.
You won't. I promise.
Okay, go.
There's also the one in the episode Scavenger Hunt, where Anne feels dumb around Marcy due to how smart she is. However, when Marcy finds out about this, she admits that she is envious of Anne's ability to connect with people. And the resolution to each of these conflicts leads to the bond between them growing stronger. Anne and Marcy's relationship is both precious and wholesome, and while they could easily just be best friends, I'm all for them becoming a couple due to their adorable chemistry. So now the next question is there any evidence in the show itself that hints at these two potentially becoming a couple? Perhaps so, from this interesting little moment from the episode New Waltwood.
Did you know this entire town is built on top of a swamp but never sinks? That's because the designers knew exactly how heavy to make everything.
That's a cool fact. What else you learn?
Now, to be fair, there are plenty of moments of characters blushing throughout the show that aren't meant to be considered romantic. However, I honestly don't know why Anne would blush at this specific moment, unless there are romantic feelings behind it. Now, while I do really adore the Marcanne ship, there is one major problem that stands in its way, and that is the fact that just like Sasha, Marcy had also betrayed Anne in the Season 2 finale True Colors, where it is revealed that she knew about the Calamity Box beforehand and has gotten herself and her friends teleported to Amphibia on purpose. And furthermore, she didn't intend on herself, Anne and Sasha returning home, but instead to travel to other worlds with them, as she didn't want to be separated from them after her parents delivered the news that they'll be moving away. However, she didn't stop to consider the feelings of her friends, and for Anne, who wanted nothing more than to get back home to her parents, this betrayal comes at a major blow to her. And just like with Sasha, it's gonna take time for Anne to fully forgive Marcy. And since it's likely that Marcy would spend the majority of the final season possessed by the night, that gives less time for her and Anne to fully repair their friendship. So, what are my overall thoughts on these two ships? Well, I'm not too fond of Sashanne due to some unfortunate implications of their relationship. And while I do adore Anne and Marcy's relationship, the two of them becoming a couple is looking less plausible as of late. The fact is that Anne's relationships with both Sasha and Marcy were left off on bad terms, and it's gonna take a lot of work for the three of them to even be friends again. The way I see it, if Anne is gonna end up with either Sasha or Marcy, it's gonna be after a time skip, but it's also possible that Anne won't end up with either Sasha or Marcy by the end of the series. Maybe that blue-haired scientist from the upcoming episode If You Give a Frog a Cookie could become Anne's love interest. But perhaps I'm wrong and that either Sashanne or Marcanne is endgame. Guess we're gonna have to wait and see. And both of my thoughts on the Sashanne and Marcanne ships from Amphibia. Which of these two ships do you prefer? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Just be sure to keep things civil. We don't want to start a war over shipping just like in the episode Civil War. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a like. Also, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell for notifications. I would also like to give a shout out to my $10 Patreon, John Wallace6. If you too would also like a shout out in my videos or just want to help support the channel, then head over to my Patreon. Well, I got nothing else to say, so see ya.